Welcome everyone, thank you for joining us at today's council meeting. So in today's video, we're going to be opening another box of Core 2021, but we're going to do it by row. So this will be broken up into a couple of videos. Want to give a shout out to our friends at Geekified. Gave me a really good price on this product. I highly recommend checking them out. So you can find their information in the description below. Or if you join us in our Discord, there's a channel dedicated to Geekified. So let's get into it and see what we can get. I've been enjoying opening Core 21. I've opened up actually a fair amount of it. So just about to the point where I'm opened out. That makes sense. So let's see. We have a row with Teferi, a row with the Chandra, and a row with another Teferi. Let's start with this Teferi. Hopefully this row has a Teferi. If you've been watching the openings, we've been getting a fair amount of pretty decent cards in there. So let's see what we can find. Ooh, Mangara the Diplomat, right off the bat with a mythic. Then let's see if we can find... Nope, no alternative frames. This is a great one. So it has lifelink, and whenever an opponent attacks with creatures, if two or more of those creatures are attacking you and or planeswalkers you control, draw a card. Whenever an opponent casts their second spell each turn, draw a card. That is just built for Commander. So coming out strong. Let's see how well this whole box does though. Token. Ooh, foil Rada, Heart of the Keld. We'll put a foil there and a hooded Blightfang. And then going through the rest of the cards, no alternative frames. Yeah, like I said, I've really enjoyed opening this set. And another Sanctum for All. Put that over there. Alternative frame Garruk's Uprising. And no other alternative frames. So, what's everyone else's thoughts about this set? Are you enjoying it? Is it kind of meh for a core set? Ooh, Scavenging Ooze. It's fun. Eliminate. This is a decent one. So, it's 1 and a black. Destroy target creature or planeswalker with converted mana cost 3 or less. So all those pesky 3 mana drop planeswalkers, yeah, this will eliminate them. This is probably the highest value uncommon in the set. Editor, is there a price check? Thanks. So, yeah, what does everybody else think about this set? Is it one that they're enjoying? Is it more of a core 2019? What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments. Ooh. Alternative frame planes. Foil Opt, which I will put behind Rada, and a Containment Priest. So this one, I think this Dryad is going to turn out to be a little bit stronger. Definitely goes well in multicolored counter decks. And then we have a alternative frame Garruk's Gorehorn. Another interesting question, what types of formats do you like to play? Let us know down at the bottom. Ooh, foil Basri's Alkalite. Again, behind the Rada. A Brash Taunter. And no alternative frames. So for myself, I really love to play Commander. I think most people do. I love the multiplayer format to it, the politicking that goes on. Cat Lord, if you've watched previous videos, I've discussed that. Just perfection when it comes to flavor text. Colossal Dreadmaw, because why not? Other aspects of Commander that I really like, it's a singleton format, and so it's really hard to get consistency, and you have to put a little bit more into deck building. You can't just put 4 of the most powerful cards you can. Thieves Guild Enforcer, and and really hope to come out. So I'm really a huge fan of the singleton formats. I also love to play Brawl for that reason. I'm looking into getting into Oathbreaker and Canlander. Those look really fun. Ooh, foil Tormod's Crypt. Still not as great as my foil Rada here, in my opinion. Really like her. Gadrick the Crown Scourge. And then nothing there. Yeah, it looks to be a really interesting format. I really like the point system for powerful cards too. One of the admins keeps telling us we should try it. Ooh, Temple of Triumph. Cultivate, I'll put here with the lands. Not sure on the price for that right now. And of Azri's Alkalite Alternative Frame. Yeah, he keeps telling us we should try it, and it looks really cool. So I'll give it a shot. Ooh, foil Rise Again. You can guess where it's going. It's not going on top of my Rada. Idol of Endurance. And then Alternative Frames. Okay, last pack for this row. Are we going to pull another Mythic? What's going on? Well, let's see. Well, if we're going to pull another Mythic, this is a great one. It's one of the alternative art Teferis, because there's apparently 40 billion different kinds of Teferi in this set. So this is number 277 for the art. I think that's worth a couple of bucks, maybe. We'll see. What do you think, editor? Is it worth anything? Well, our hits, obviously, for this one, we have a Mangara, a Teferi, and a foil Rada. So let's see if there's anything in our rares that stands out. Maybe the Scavenging Ooze. It's a fun one. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be continuing with our Core 21 box here. See if we can get a Chandra out of this. I don't know if you saw the last video, but we pulled some pretty decent cards. These are the highest hitters. We got a foil Rada, a Teferi, Master of Time, number 277, and a Mangara, the Diplomat. So let's see how many mythics and cool things we can pull. I don't know if the Rada is super expensive being foil. I just really like that card. Okay, first pack. Let's see what we can get in this pack. So if you watched our last box, we got two Garuks. So we got his emblem now. Ooh, coming out strong. Azusa, Lost But Seeking. Then let's see if we have any alternative frames here. And we don't. So last time we were kind of discussing some different formats that we enjoy playing. I mentioned how I like the singleton formats a lot. Some of the other formats that I like to play. Necromentia. I really enjoy playing Standard. I like Pioneer. No alternative frames here. Ooh, that one got a bit bent. And I'm getting into a new one, or not exactly a new one, but it's new to me. New format known as Revised 40, built around 40 card decks. Ooh, alternative frame Liliana to Standard Bearer. Any other alternative frames? So basically you build a 40 card deck, and there's some rules that limit what cards you can have. You can have an unlimited number of commons unless it's something like a lightning bolt, and then it's treated like a common. There's a limited number of commons that you can have and a limited number of rares. Nice. Alternative frame Island, Pursued Whale, and our friend Seymour. If you're not familiar with Seymour, it's also known as the Selfless Saver. Just a 1-drop for a 1/1. Nothing else. Hey, nothing else. So it's a pretty fun format. I played back in the day when Revised was a new set, and it was really fun to play. And so I'm trying to get decks together to play that. I do have some Revised cards, not nearly as much as I wish. Turn to Slag, and an Animal Sanctuary. Any alternative frames? No. And so with that, it's a deck that I'm putting together, and you'll likely see a deck tech on it here in the near future. A lot of people are really into the older cards, and so you have Revised 40, you have the Alpha 40, Beta 40, different variants. They're really... Ooh. A foil Temple of Epiphany, and our guy Vito. I keep pulling Vito. I swear that price is going to go down. Ooh, alternative frame Chandra's Mage Mutt. So yeah, I mean, I can't afford to get into Vintage or Legacy, but Revised 40, that's something you can buy into pretty quickly. So the deck I'm putting together is just about $30 or $40. Not terrible. We have a Joel Rel. I'll have to talk to my good friend Shorzy about that one. Keeps asking if anybody's got one. It looks like I might. Other formats. Well, I love to play limited. So when it comes to sealed, that's great. I really love, ooh, Foil Witch's Cauldron and a Bane Slayer Angel. So our first mythic, sorry, Seymour. Then alternative frames. I really enjoy doing drafts. Drafts are super fun. But one type of limited that I really enjoy is Sealed Brawl. It's where you get a specific number of decks. This is going to be weird. And you get those packs, and you open them, and you build a Brawl deck. So we have Stormwing Entity, but also alternative frame Solemn Simulacrum. Sad Robot. So I don't know why we got two rares in the same pack. Kind of out of order. Usually when I see the alternative full art there like that, it's in the foil spot. So let's see, is there anything else in here? I'm not complaining. Trust me, I'm not complaining. It's just kind of weird that it was out of place for where I normally find it. These sealed brawl decks, they can be a lot of fun, especially when you're playing sealed brawl deck against sealed brawl deck. And a Garruk's Harbinger. Let's kind of smush those. Any alternative frames? Nope. So join us on our website, thelotuscouncil.com, and you can find some deck techs for sealed brawl decks that I've built in the Jank Commander series. So foil Staunch Shieldmate, and then a Glorious Anthem. Alternative frame Liliana's Devotee, and an alternative frame Liliana's Steward. So very close. We got all three alternative frame for the Liliana associated cards, just not Liliana herself. Okay, then last rare for this set, or for this row, is a Double Vision. And do we have any alternative frames? We do not. So some of the hits, let's go through those real quick. So the Solemn Simulacrum, all full art, Baneslayer Angel. We have a Jor-El, Vito, and Azusa. So what we're doing today is we're opening the last row of our Core 21 box. Now, if you haven't been watching the other videos and you aren't sure where we got that box, we got it from our friends at Geekified. You can find their information in the link below, or you can find them in the Geekified channel on our Discord. I know I keep singing their praises, but really fabulous people to work with. I cannot recommend them enough. All right, so we have a Basri's Lieutenant. Bad deal. Chandra's Pyreling. So this isn't worth a lot, but it's really fun in Red Deck Wins right now. So you have a Cavoclative Calamity and this out, and for each of the pings, this gets bigger and bigger and bigger, and it gets double strike. It's gross. So if you haven't seen that yet on Arena, alternative frame to Fairy's Protege, just be aware that that's probably going to happen. So we've been getting some decent things in our box. We're not as far ahead on our mythics as I would like. Temple of Mystery. Eliminate, which is a decent uncommon. We'll put that off to the side here. And no alternative frames. So I've been talking about the different kinds of formats that I like to play. And I mentioned Sealed Brawl and how you'll be able to find some sealed decks that I've done. Rousing Reed and a Ruined Halo. And no alternative frames. So, how about y'all? I know I've asked this a couple of times, but what is your absolute favorite format to play? Do you have a format that you don't like to play? That's a little bit harder of a question to answer. I just love playing Magic, to be honest. I don't know that there's a format I don't like. There's plenty I haven't tried, like Tiny Leaders, but I think I might like that one. I'm really into jank, if you aren't aware. I like to Temple of Epiphany. I like to build decks that are limited in what they can do, and that sounds really fun. Okay, continuing with the opening. About halfway through, maybe. Ooh, I haven't seen this token yet. A weird elemental. Well, we've got a foil alternative frame to Fairy's Tutelage. Whenever it enters the battlefield, draw a card, then to discard a card. Whenever you draw a card, target opponent mills 2 cards. I want to make a mill deck around that. And a Temple of Malady. So this is the Temple box. And we have a non-foil version of Teferi's Tutelage in the same box. Who'd have thought? And no other alternative frames. Really funny that we get 2 of the same, just one's foil, one's not. We got Sublime Epiphany. Kind of back and forth on this. It is fairly expensive with the converted mana cost of 6, but you can choose so many things. I think it'll work in Commander. That'll be where it works. So if you've been looking at the Jank Commander series, do you see any types of jank that you would love to see? So I've built from repacks, I've built from using artwork, ooh, foil Blossoming Sands, and we have a Grim Tutor. Seem to pull one a box of those, so would not be surprised if that continues to drop a bit in price. It's an okay tutor. It was so expensive because there really was just the one printing. But about the Jank Commander series, is there anything you'd like to see? I've done repacks, ooh, a Mountain alternative frame, and a Spore Web Weaver. Any alternative frames? Ooh, Garruk's Great Gorehorn. 3 packs left of this box, and we'll go over the hits. So, yeah, I've done repack, I've done artwork. By the time this will come out, I'll have built a Brawl deck, Kavarek. It's okay. From theme boosters, as well as a sealed booster Brawl deck. And you'll likely have seen the set-specific Commander deck. And I'm going to be working on videos for some of these decks, and we'll have those on our YouTube as well. Volcanic Geyser foil, and a Conspicuous Snoop. Just peering into that window. I've pulled a lot of them. Pretty decent Goblin card. Best dinosaur in the set, I think. Maybe the only dinosaur. I'm sure the editor will correct me when I get things wrong. We'll see. So yeah, I'd really like to expand that series, and if there's anything in particular that you all want to see, just let us know in the comments. All right, last pack. Can we get last pack magic? Well, we got a Baron. So that's something. It's not worth a terrible amount of money, but it's okay. So I have our other hits here. So we actually had 2 foil rares, a Temple of Epiphany and a Rada. we got a Teferi Time Master, Mangara, Baneslayer, and Grim Tutor for our mythics. So 4 mythic blocks, but 2 foil rares. And then a Solemn Simulacrum, full art, sad robot. We had some other temples that we pulled. Other hits we had, I think that's what we got out of this box. So we have the total for this row and for the rest of the box. So how did we do? Thank you, editor. So thank you for coming to today's council meeting. That's all we had for today. We like to thank you for your time because we know that hearing some weird guy ramble on as he opens cards probably isn't how most people would like to spend their days. But maybe it is. We don't know. If you have any comments or suggestions for us, please leave them in the comments below. We'll look at them. And if there's anything that we really should be trying to do better, we'll try and do that. So please join us at our next meeting. If you want to find out when that is, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and we hope you'll join us. So you can also find out information in our Discord. So thank you all for coming today. This meeting is adjourned, and we'll see you all next time.